those moments, it helps to remember that when Moses asked God his name, the answer was simply, I am. Why does this matter in stressful moments? Because I am is present tense. God's name is not I was. His name is not I will be. His name is I am. This means the only place we can fully experience the presence of God is the present. So, of course, it feels like He's not in our imaginary worst-case scenario future. When we get to tomorrow, He will be there. But today, He is exactly where we need Him to be, with us. As Melissa Spoelstra, author of the Names of God study, says, when Moses needed confirmation, Yahweh said, whatever you need, I am. If you need a provider, I am. If you need help, I am. If you need deliverance, I am. Moses wasn't in church or at a spa getting a pedicure when God spoke the name I am to him. He was in a desert, a dry, lonely, difficult place. So we can take comfort in knowing God is with us even in our hard places. Our challenges do not change His character or commitment. Paul writes in Romans chapter 8, verse 38, I'm convinced that nothing can ever separate us from God's love, neither death nor life, neither angels nor demons, neither our fears for today nor our worries about tomorrow. Not even the powers of hell can separate us from God's love. Here's what we all need to know in every stressful moment. God is with me right now. God is with you right now. And whatever tomorrow brings, He will be there too. God, thank you for always being with me. You are present in every stressful moment, and you alone can bring me the peace I need. I'm so grateful nothing can separate me from your love. Help me trust you with everything that brings me stress, whether big or small, knowing you care about it all. Amen. What's one thing you hope to gain from going through this book? He's with us in the big and the small, leaving His fingerprints on every page of the story, forever reminding us, remember my goodness here, look around, do you see me? I'll hang the clouds in the sky and fling stars into the velvet night, all so that you remember in both daylight and darkness, I am with you always. Caitlin Bushilin. Chapter 2. Less stress, more peace. Peace be with you, dear brothers and sisters. Ephesians chapter 6, verse 23. What is stress? We describe everything from awkward conversations to major catastrophes as stressful. That's actually appropriate because experts define stress as the response our minds and bodies have to pressure. When we experience worry, fear, or anxiety, that's the psychological side of stress. When our hearts pound, hands shake, and thoughts race, we're being impacted by the physical part of stress. While stress has been present throughout human history, that specific term has been used for less than 100 years. Hans Selye, a Hungarian doctor, first came up with it in 1936 to describe a set of symptoms he repeatedly noticed in patients, even though they had different illnesses. Because of stress's medical origin, we tend to think of it in negative terms, like a sickness we need to cure. And many of the most common causes of stress are negative, including personal problems, professional losses, and unexpected events like pandemics. But stress itself is neutral. We also experience stress in positive situations like getting married, having a baby, being promoted at work, and moving to a new place. Stress is part of every worthwhile endeavor, from making a new friend to winning an Olympic gold medal. In other words, stress actually has a purpose. It points out what matters most to us. It helps us identify possible threats. It prepares us for action.